माईक घ्या उद्या
As we gather here, let's extend a warm floral welcome to our dignity, who plays a pivotal role in shaping the educational environment. Just as flowers bloom and spread their fragrance, we aim to cultivate an environment where students can blossom academically without the burden of fear. I request Ms. Delicia to present a sapling to Swami Swatmananda ji. Thank you, Delicia. Now I request Ms. Bisba to present a flower to Swami Motivational. Thank you, Bisba. I request Ms. Sania to present a flower to Professor Jerome Montero. Thank you, Sanya. Now I request Ms. Asia to present a flower to Dr. Kiran Nayak Sir, NSS Program Officer. Thank you, Asia. Exams are not just a test of knowledge, they are an opportunity for growth and self-discovery. Today, we have two Swamis who will give us an insight on facing exams fearfully. I request Ma'am Shweta to please introduce the guest.
I take this privilege to introduce our first guest. Swami Swatmananda is a disciple of Swami Motivational and one of the most dynamic leaders of Swatmananda and a charter of Motivational in South Mumbai. He completed the Vedanta course from February from 1998 to 2000. He has been serving in Mumbai since 2000. He expounds the philosophy of Advaita Vedanta through talks on Bhagavad Gita, Upanishads and other texts of Vedanta and Bhakti through camps, meditation retreats, interactive sessions and discussions with Indian adults. Children love him dearly and look forward to his annual summer camps on various themes of spirituality, India, Hindu culture, etc. He inspires the youth with dynamic spirituality, encourages them to think and question. Various mediums like theatre plays, treks, outdoor experiential learning programs, music are used by him. He also takes the youth empowerment program YP, which is a value-based leadership program for youth who want to serve the nation and culture. He trains the youth to think hard and the youth serve the country for 9 months. Over 1,000 youth have completed YP in 12 batches so far. Several corporates like Damals, Reliance, Mahindra and Mundra, Tata Motors, Toyota, etc. have been addressed by him. He holds weekly discussion groups on the Bhagavad Gita for some of the top industrialists of India. Chigmaya Pradeep is one of the prime outdoor Vedantic regional parks based on the life and teachings of Swami Chigmayananda at Mumbai. He has conceptualized and executed it. He is also a playwright and has written and directed three theatrical performances, A Gesture, Quest for the Unseen, based on Saraswati civilization and developed India, was written and directed by him in 2009. A Gesture has been performed by Chikaya Yuva Kendra in Mumbai, Pune, Allahabad and Chennai. Just like that, a play based on Bhagavad Gita in the life of Anil family and how to discover how to apply the principles of Gita was written and directed by him in 2015. This has been performed in Mumbai, Pune, Chennai. Dharmo Yodha Vidyaranya is a play on the life and work of the visionary patriot Swami Vidyaranya, written and directed by 2030. His social media handle is Chinmaya Shivam and he can be reached on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter. His podcasts with the same handle are available on Google Podcasts, Amazon, Spotify, iTunes, Podomatic, etc. He has his own blog at https://notes-and-music.blogspot.com. His simplicity, foresight, peaceful nature, and a balanced approach endure with everyone. Welcome, sir. The other esteemed dignitary for today's Swami Motivational is the son of the soil. He is presently serving Chinmaya Mission Ponda Center. After his graduation, he completed a 2 years residential Nidan course from Sadipatti Sadhanalaya College, Mumbai in the year 2000. He has conducted several camps for youth, children and elders. He conducts spiritual discourses on Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavad Mahapuran, Tulsi Ramayan and other spiritual texts. He has flair for singing. He has conducted over 53 Sangeet Pravachan Yajnas and Bhajan Sarkar programs all over India. His bhajans have magical power to touch the hearts of his listeners by transporting them into the heights of their devotion. Swamiji has 5 bhajan CDs released by Chinmaya Mission to spread. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. I request Professor Jerome Montero, sir, to please address the gathering.
Very good afternoon to all of you. On behalf of PES College, management, principal and all of us, the NSS unit warm welcome to both the Swami. One of them has traveled from Bombay and other one is in our backyard from Ponda. The topic which they are chosen today, exam, facing exam stress free. All of you know in the next 1.5 months, 2 months, everybody will be answering exam. And the topic is very apt for this discussion today. And mind you, both of them are eloquent speakers because I have been heard them long back elsewhere. And they have been in this mission for quite a long time. And they have been doing justice for all these things, giving good lectures, good discourses on various topics which is affecting our society. And today's topic is very interesting and mind you all of you will enjoy. On behalf of the principal again I once again extend a warm welcome due to busy schedule of our principal and vice principal. They could not be here, so they asked me just to be in between the gap. I said okay, I agree. And I said I brought my students over there. They are there in the audience. And with these two words I once again thank the Chinmaya Mission for coming to our college and giving us a valuable talk on this aspect of examination for our students. Thank you once again.
Thank you, sir. Now I request Swami Swatmananda ji to start with the session.
Respected professors, teachers, and dear students, thank PES and Ravinayak College of Arts, Science, Commerce for this wonderful opportunity. Last 3 days We have been having various college talks, and today our topic is facing exams fear free. So, I want to begin with a small video clip. You can watch it and then let's interact on that.
Let's finish this.
Okay, so which movie is this? Kung Fu Panda. So any learnings from this? You enjoyed the clip? Anything you want to share? Something that we can learn from this? Connecting to our topic. The information keeps getting bombarded at us. Okay.
Staying calm and avoiding the issues.
Very nice. So, the word that he used was inner peace. The cannonballs were being fired at him, but he did not get affected by it. He did not feel, oh my God, what is going to happen? He made his mind quiet. Any challenge that was being thrown at him, he was able to deal with it. Not only that, he used those very fireballs and he destroyed the ships of the enemy. In life, challenges will come to us, difficult problems will come to us. In exams, that sometimes the questions which come, we may or may not be aware of the answers. But what is important is how I keep my mind calm. If I can keep my mind calm, I will be able to think, apply, express what I know, clear those exams very beautifully. My teacher Swami Chinmayananda used to say that before the exam, the student is wise. After the exam, the student is equally wise. In the exam, the student is otherwise. So many things that one has learned, one has memorized. Suddenly the mind gets disturbed when one sees the question paper and some of the questions one doesn't know the answer, the mind gets very disturbed. So whatever I know also I may forget. So it's very interesting that on an average the students give at least about 100 tests in their secondary school. That's the research which has been done. But more than 37% of the students go through a lot of exam stress. And no doubt stress is natural. But why is it that we go through so much of stress when we have gone through something more than 100 times? If you think about that, go to the next point. If you think about that, is it really the exams that stress us or something else that stresses us? Do the exams stress us or the marks that we expect? And why do those marks stress us out? Is it only because of marks or something else?
The society.
So many things associated with that. It's not by itself the exams and the marks. The various factors, what will my parents think about me? What will the society talk about me? What about my peers? What are the expectations from the teachers? If my friends have, gone ahead getting more marks, I am left behind. I may have less confidence in me. So many challenges come. What are my career prospects? If I don't get a certain percentage, and how will I get a good admission in a particular college, particular course, then a particular job? So all these factors, when they come together, exam is only an indicator, a means. The marks are only a means. But the mind gets stressed because of all these factors. And so, facing exam stress-free is like facing any challenge, move ahead. Facing any challenge in life. Exams are just one aspect of it. They are only representative of many life situations where pressure will come to us. How do we deal with that pressure? That is very important. Nowadays, if you look at the world, everybody is stressed out. From a small child to a top CEO, to a homemaker, to a teacher, to a business leader, everybody is stressed out. One small child went to Swamiji and said, Swamiji, 5-year-old boy, he said, Swamiji, I don't have peace of mind. Swamiji looked at him and said, my dear, when I was 5 years old, I didn't know I have a mind. This child is having a stress today. In schools, teachers are stressed out to complete the portion, and the students are stressed out for exams, marks. Principals are scared when the results come out that, oh, my students should not go into depression, into suicidal tendencies. Everyone's stressed out. How do we deal with this? In general, the stress that is coming to us, and specifically then we will see also about the exams. Now, here is a triangle called ask. If you have to choose any one of these three, between attitude, skill and knowledge, if you have to choose one most important thing, what will you choose? So how many for knowledge? Without hesitation, lift your hand, don't half. Proper. Knowledge, okay. How many for skill? Okay, we have more for skill. How many for attitude? We have the least for attitude. There is no fourth option. Majority has not lifted the hand only. Attitude, skill and knowledge. So, if you think about it, why? So each of them are important, there is no doubt. But if one has to be chosen, with all the knowledge in the world, all the skills that I may need to be successful in my job, is it guaranteed that I will be successful, and is it guaranteed that I will be happy? Why? Finally, attitude is what will matter. With minimum, I may be able to achieve a lot. With a lot that I have, I may still feel that is not good enough. So, attitude plays the maximum role. With what attitude I face my life is a very important aspect. In that Kung Fu Panda, you saw the fireballs were being fired at him. Did skills help him of Kung Fu? Not that he should not learn Kung Fu. The skills of Kung Fu he must be having great, nothing wrong with that. Did knowledge help him that time? What helped him was his attitude. He said, I will face this with peace and balance. That attitude helps to apply the knowledge and skill properly. There are many people who are very knowledgeable, but they don't have the right attitude. They have ego, they have superiority complex, they look down upon people, can't work together as a team. So attitude plays maximum role. Even when we face challenges of life, what is my attitude? Am I a victim of life or am I a victor? Do I feel that life is crushing, it is burdensome? Young people, you ask, how is life? Going on, pulling on, boring. One 12-year-old fellow, he was chatting on Snapchat and he's saying life sucks. What the hell have you seen about life? At 12 years you are saying life sucks. The attitude right from the young age. As a youngster, how much one must be energetic, enthusiastic, willing to learn, explore. That attitude matters a lot. If I have the right attitude, the most difficult situation I can sail through. If I don't have the right attitude, even if I have all comforts, I will still sulk and crib and complain. So attitude plays the maximum role. Next. So what do you see here? Yeah? Mathematics, yes. Okay, arithmetics, yes. Anything else?
Wrong calculations.
7 plus 3 is equal to 11, okay. Any other?
9 plus 7 is equal to 18.
9 plus 7 is equal to 18, that is also wrong, right? Alright, so tell me, how many equations are here? 10. How many are right? How many are wrong? Where does our attention go to? Not that we should not notice it, we may notice it, but what do we focus on? If I focus on wrong, that wrong will get more deeper into me. If I focus on the right, right will get deeper into me. What we focus on life is very, very important. You know, people who do skiing in snow, when they have to pass through forests, if you see obstacles, you see trees, you will go and keep hitting trees. But if you see the path, you see the snow, you will clear the snow and you will keep skiing. It's very interesting. What I focus on, that will flourish. So in life, if I focus on the positives, I focus on my strengths. Students are my strengths, which are what can I do to overcome them? If I strengthen my strengths and weaken my weaknesses, that's the way to become stress-free. Generally what we do, exactly opposite. We strengthen our weakness by brooding over it, looking down upon ourselves. I am not good enough, I am not capable, my concentration is not good, I am weak in this, I don't socialize so much. That way the mind goes on thinking negative. What are my strengths? I don't strengthen those. So one way to become stress-free is focus more on the strengths and make them stronger and stronger. Work on the weakness, no doubt, but don't look down upon yourself for that. Next. So many people have this self-condemnation, you know, I can't do it, I'm not worthy, I must be perfect, I must not make a mistake, I'm not good enough, nobody loves me. So when one feels less about oneself, then the situation will become more powerful. Then the outside circumstances, they appear more dominating on us. On the contrary, next one. Here is a nice example of bumblebee. You know, this bumblebee has a very heavy body and very thin wings. From the science of aeronautics, the bumblebee cannot fly actually. But luckily, bumblebee doesn't know aeronautics. So bumblebee thinks I can fly, so happily it flutters, it flies. Same with the ants, they lift objects which are more than 50 times their weight also. Because the attitude is what matters really. So when we face challenges, when we face exams, what is my attitude? That is a very, very important aspect. Move ahead. Yeah, 1 minute. So, yeah, go ahead with that. This is a simple formula. Mathematically, it's a wrong formula, but it's a memory aid. S minus S is equal to S plus S. Success without stress is equal to skill plus strength. We don't require only skills. See, each topic, each subject, the skills are different. Art, science, commerce, the subjects are different, skills are different, knowledge is different. So skills vary from person to person, depending on their field. And competitive world, skills are no doubt required. But what is most important is inner strength. Is my mind strong enough or not? This formula we have made based on the Gita is a very beautiful depiction. Do you believe that Arjun was a very efficient archer in Mahabharata? Was he able to shoot with both his hands? He was ambidextrous. He was ambidextrous actually. Just at the sound of the target, he can shoot. He doesn't even need to see it. Do you think he was a hard-working person? Was he a good person? He was a successful person also. Yet, in the battlefield, when the chariot was placed between the two armies, he had prepared for 12 years, acquired weapons, missiles. Yet on that day, when the chariot was placed between the two armies, that Arjun was shivering, trembling. He could not stand. His teeth were chattering. His skin is burning. He threw away his bow and arrow and he says, I can't fight. And that mighty warrior had tears in his eyes. Think about that. Why that happened to him? Because at that point in time, his mind got disturbed. His mind was overwhelmed with his emotions. And so, whatever skill he had, whatever knowledge he had, that got eclipsed. He was not able to perform. The knowledge that was given to him in the Gita transformed him from a dejected, despondent, depressed person into a dynamic person. No situation outside was changed. Only the right knowledge and right attitude he got, everything shifted for him. And so, very important it is to understand that strength is life and weakness is death. Vivekananda said that. You have a picture of Vivekananda here. That is his quote. Strength is life and weakness is death. We have to focus on strengthening our mind. Then challenges come, we will still be able to face them. Like even physically, there are so many bacteria, viruses attacking us continuously. If our immunity is strong, then we don't fall sick. Same way, mentally how strong we are. Today, so many young people going through mental health challenges. Why? Because skills we may be cultivating, but we are not paying attention to strengthening our mind, strengthening our strengths. Next. And so, here is a beautiful video of a girl who had great ambition in life, who wanted to become a gymnast, but you see how she was, what challenges she faced, and how did she still go ahead and achieve her goal.
Can't is not part of the vocabulary. You just put your mind to it and do it.
And you believe that?
Yeah. That's the crazy thing is, if you were never given limits, then you would think, I can do it.
And if she could do anything, she wanted it to be this. When she saw her hero, Dominique Motivational, doing on TV, there was just one problem. Jennifer was born without legs, a devastating birth defect that had led her natural parents to abandon her the day she was born.
It bothered me to think that there was a little girl that was left at the hospital and she had no legs, so I thought she needed a family that would love her and take care of her.
Sharon and her husband Gerald brought her home to the tiny town of Hardinville, Illinois. Population 50, they say, if you count the dogs and cats. They decided to raise her like they raised their 3 healthy sons, with no limitations, and just one simple rule.
Never say the word
Can't.
You said, I want to be a tumbler. You didn't have legs.
Right. You kind of need those, most people think, to tumble.
Well, think again. The girl who wasn't allowed to say can't was on her way to becoming a genuine gymnastics champion. She started at 7 on the trampoline with her dad. And after a few falls, she got the hang of it. In time, she was competing. And soon after that, she was dominating. And by high school, Jennifer Bricker, are you ready for this? Was the tumbling champion of the state of Illinois. Soon, Jennifer was pursuing other sports too. Even one you'd figure she had absolutely no chance to play well, until it turned out she could steal the ball, even grab a few rebounds.
And she could make baskets too.
She didn't consider herself handicapped. She was talking to some friends one time, and one of them said something about her being handicapped. She said, well, I'm not handicapped. And they said, well, you have to use a wheelchair. She said, just to keep from getting dirty.
One day at age 16, out of curiosity, Jennifer asked her mother a question.
hey, is there anything that you know about my adoption or biological family that you didn't tell me?
I said, okay, but you got to sit down. And she said, Mom, I'm always sitting. And she said, maybe you should sit down. I said, okay, let me sit down. And she said, well, what's the big deal? Just tell me what my last name is. And I said, well, that's the big deal. And she said, what do you mean? I said, your last name would have been Motivational.
I knew what that meant. I knew that Dominique Motivational was my biological sister.
She finally tracked Dominique down. Jennifer wrote her a letter. Inside the envelope were adoption papers, a photograph, and a stunning piece of news.
My biological last name is Motivational. That line, I was just like, I can't believe this is happening. Everything was there. The evidence was there. Jennifer looked like the spitting image of my youngest sister, Christina.
What a moment for anyone to even speak to their childhood idol, but for their childhood idol to be their sister, that's something.
She told me she was an athlete in the letter. In fact, I was her inspiration to start tumbling and doing gymnastics. And then on the phone call, she goes, oh, by the way, I have no legs.
I mean, she's like, wait a minute, didn't you just tell me that you're an acrobat and you did all these sports? And I could just hear the wheels turning, you know?
And I said, who is this girl? Oh my God, how did she have this attitude to persevere in life and overcome every obstacle? And she's my sister.
Jennifer has moved out to Hollywood. Where else if you want to be a star? She drives a specially equipped car and lives a normal, independent life. And she's earning a living. How else? As a gymnast. She's an acrobat who has toured with Britney Spears. And now she's training for a classical performance at New York's Lincoln Center.
We got to go to Ohio and got to watch her perform. The audience just went crazy. They stood up and they were whistling and screaming and clapping and all this, and I was blubbering. I was sobbing because it was so beautiful, and it's like, oh my goodness, that's my baby.
The baby who was taught early on never to say the word can't.
So inspiring, no? Never say the word can't. That was one instruction she raised her child with. Think about it. Jennifer Bricker could have been a victim of life. She would have thought that my parents abandoned me at childhood. I was born without legs. Life is unfair. Why am I being subjected to all this? You know, all that she could have thought and cried, cribbed, victimized. But she took charge of her life. Her parents also brought her up so beautifully. And is she not doing more than even a regular person would have done? She does not allow any handicap of hers to affect her. Like that, there are many examples of how people face their life because they have that right attitude. Anything life throws at them, they are able to transform it and use it to their advantage. So our life is in our hands. All of you can lift your hands, please. There are two mindsets now. Just follow what I am doing. Bend these three fingers. This is the victim mindset, where we blame. You are responsible for my situation because you didn't say this, because you didn't do this, because you did like this government, that boss, this company, this teacher, that institution. We keep blaming. You. And even to fire, we say this, we fire like this one. So we keep blaming everybody. This is a victim mindset. Again, lift your hand. If you want to change this victim mindset to a victor mindset, what do you need to do? Just bend this one finger and say it's up to me. It's not you, it's up to me. You may throw anything at me, but how I face life is up to me. I will prepare so well that whatever questions come in exam, I will respond to the best of my ability. Full stop. If I have that clarity, I will not be stressed. If I don't have the clarity, I will be worried, stressed, kya aega. Completely stressed out. Nothing, no need to stress out. I do my best. What life brings, we may not have a choice. I have come here. Did you have a choice? You didn't have a choice. You have to come here, you have to sit. But having sat here, you have a choice, right? To listen, not listen, to think something else. That is your choice. Each moment, if we identify what choice do I have and am I making the best choice, that's it. Then life is not so difficult. And exams, etc. are one aspect of life. So, this attitude of a victor is a very important attitude to have. There's one PJ that I read somewhere. If your father is poor, it is your fate. If your father-in-law is poor, it is your foolishness. Think about it. So, Swami Chinmayananji, my teacher, used to say, incompetency in life generally springs from our false and hasty conclusions that we are impotent, insignificant and ineffective. We look down upon ourselves a lot. That's why the exams and other situations stress us out. If we learn to have a positive outlook about ourselves, confidence, self-esteem, then we will not think lesser about ourselves. We will be able to face challenges. Move ahead. So, minds when they are weak, they have a certain attitude, I can't do this, I can't do that. They think about the limitations, so they have a fear. And the acronym of fear at that point in time is forget everything and run. I don't want to deal with certain things which are stressful, fearful, so I want to run away from it. Some subject which I feel is very tough, then I want to run away from it. I don't want to read, I don't want to study that, I keep postponing it. Then it keeps growing, the stress keeps growing. The mind which is a victor mindset, what that mind will do, go to the next slide. That mind says, I can. And face everything and respond. It will go for it. The most difficult subject that I have, first I open that, study that. Not run away from it, not escape from it. If I do that, fear I overcome in my mind, I learn to face the fear. I learn to face a challenge. The more I run away from a challenge, the more the fear will grow, the more weak I will be. So, what we need to do is face everything and respond, face everything and rise. Move ahead. Pause. So, do you want to know a mantra for being courageous? How to face the fear? It's a very powerful mantra. So, you need to close your eyes. Sit erect. Take a deep breath. Inhale deeply. Exhale. Inhale deeply. Exhale. Once again, take a deep breath. And exhale. Now are you ready for that mantra? This mantra, if you chant, you will be able to invoke courage in your heart. And the mantra is, repeat loudly after me, Om Karejaya Namaha. That's it. Simple mantra it is. Om Karejaya Namaha. Means what? In Hindi, Kareja also means keep doing. If you keep facing, keep doing your actions, your duties, you will overcome all fear. Otherwise, we keep running away from it. And courage in English also means fearlessness. So the more I think about courage, the more I think